Hi, my name is Anna Carvalho and I'm here as Katrina. The carnival was perfect. I was able to visit towns all over the United States of America, under the cover of night, performing as Divina, Reader of the Stars.
Do we need to hear this again?
Jim inquired. The owners had this precious little girl who was always running about the grounds. Her parents were more engrossed in the debaucherous practice of the transient lifestyle, often seeming to forget that they even had a daughter. All she had to do was bat her long lashes, and any of us would fall over for her. I took a particular liking to the little girl and stepped in to fill the role of mother. I watched her blossom into a young woman, pensive and precocious. Life was miraculous in those days. Until Savannah, Georgia.
What happened?
First, it was the fever. Then, the yellow eyes came shortly after. Once the skin jaundiced, you knew it was too late. They say that they buried 666 that year in Savannah. And unfortunately, that was precisely the time we passed through. Members of our troop began dropping like flies, and it was long ago until a third had died.
Spooky.
Spooky indeed. The little girl, now a young woman, had lost her parents, her compatriots, and her livelihood. But if that wasn't bad enough, she had begun exhibiting symptoms as well. I watched on as she grew weak. Her cheeks yellowed, her breath shallowed. So I did what any mother would do. I turned her into a vampire.
And I'll never forgive you for that.
But Jamie's fine, yes?
Well, he may need a cast.
This will be perfect for my costume. A shame, but Jamie's a hearty boy. It's far from the end of the world. I'm just glad that you two are okay.
It could have been so much worse.
Well, it wasn't.
Maybe this is a sign. I should have known that getting involved with someone was a bad idea. Things like this always seem to happen when I get comfortable.
I, for one, was happy to see you let your hair down. It has been a while since you've had a romantic partner, or a friend for that matter.
You know, there's a reason for that. I can't handle another loss.
Any hesitations about this year's Samhain?
Same as it always is.
It took me quite a while to grow accustomed to the shock of Samhain. Your apprehension will fade with time. It becomes routine. You eventually numb to it.
You say that every year.
And it becomes truer and truer each year, doesn't it? Samhain is when we are supposed to embrace the past, acknowledge the friends, lovers, ancestors that we've lost, stare them into the eyes and appreciate them once more. It's painful, but it's the only way to move on and allow yourself to leave.
It's hard to live when they're all I think about. Nowadays it seems like everything reminds me of them. A cold breeze at night, static on the radio, a glance through a window, and those dumb little things are nothing compared to the deja vu of getting to know someone. Do I think it's rational? No. But it's still torture. The only thing that has come even close to helping is shutting the door entirely.
You envision yourself as a rock wall, but no stone is impenetrable. Loss will always seep through the cracks. Connection is a beautiful thing, and it would be a shame to deprive yourself of it. You may think that a solid, distant facade will save you, but ultimately it may be feeding the fear. Medusa was fragile, darling. Immortality isn't easy. However, this brand of pain isn't specific to us. Our outcomes are different, but the emotions are the same. Mortals experience life after loss the same way we do.
Yeah, but not forever. How is this so easy for you? You've lived and lost 100 times over.
Well, there were those years in the asylum. I've experienced this exact emotional journey. It just so happened to be hundreds of years before you were born. There were a century-long span where I refused to connect with anyone, mortal or otherwise. It does get better if you let it.
I've tried. I really have. Nothing seems to change.